The Road Traffic Management Corporation is warning motorists to be careful on the roads as inclement weather continues to sweep across the country. Some provinces are experiencing snowfall and heavy rains that have led to flooding. We talk now to RTMC spokesperson Simon Zwane. Simon, good morning and thanks for being with us. What are some of the most immediate risks that motorists are facing during this period of icy and wet weather, especially in regions like the Eastern Cape and KwaZulu-Natal?
Yes, thank you very much, man, for the question. The most immediate risk really would be around low-lying bridges, which have been flooded in some areas. And we've seen some motorists driving over those bridges, and we want to call on them to really avoid driving on flooded bridges. Doesn't matter what kind of car you are using, whether it's a 4x4 or what, it is simply dangerous to drive on flooded rivers, and we want them to be really careful, or rather not to use the bridge when it is flooded, to avoid being washed away by the water. Yes.
Sometimes it's hard to gauge, and I think that's where people think, okay, it doesn't look too bad. The water doesn't look like it might be too deep. What's the conventional wisdom in general when it comes to water on a bridge that usually isn't there?
Conventional wisdom is that you don't use your car to gauge the water. You can rather get out of the car, maybe use a long stick or whatever other instrument you can use to gauge how deep the water is, and look at how heavy it is flowing, and then you can decide. But to then go into it with your vehicle, hoping that because it's a 4x4 vehicle, you'll be able to get onto the other side, is very dangerous conduct.
How are you as the RTMC coordinating with local authorities and weather services to ensure that there are timely road closures and updates for motorists? Are you all debriefing together daily during this period?
We are debriefing daily. We're getting the alerts from the weather service, and then we then share them with the provinces that would be affected. We have a coordinating structure that is looking into these issues, and we are able to advise and take and monitor the situation from the provinces, and they would also alert us of if they need any additional assistance that we can mobilize from national to assist them.
You talked about the foolhardiness of drivers who are using SUVs or 4x4s, four-wheel drives and things like that. We've seen in places where there's snow, I mean, typically our drivers and our driving culture isn't predisposed to taking those precautions or having snow chains and things like that, like there might be in other countries that regularly experience snow. So what advice would you give drivers who may be confident in their four-wheel or front-wheel drive vehicles during these conditions particularly? I mean, what else should they be doing and thinking about?
They should also be thinking about the speed at which they're driving. They should drive slower, increase the following distance between the vehicles and their vehicles in front. Have the lights on, because that assists with visibility as well. And then in that way, we are able to anticipate conditions on the road. Don't use cruise control, because you may not be able to fully control the vehicle. The road surfaces are still wet and slippery in some conditions. In some areas, those road conditions are icy. So reducing speed and taking full control of the vehicle remains the priority. Don't use the cruise control.
All right, so what role then do poor vehicle maintenance issues like worn tires or faulty lights play in winter road accidents, and how can motorists prepare before taking to the roads?
Yeah, those play a big role. If your tires are smooth, you'll not be able to drive safely on icy conditions. Those must be they must be fixed. If the vehicle is in that condition, don't use it. Try and find alternative transport rather. Make sure that your wipers are also working properly, because they will assist you. It's not only snowing, it's also raining, you need to use these wipers. So they need to be in good working condition. And the lights, both in front and the back. We're increasingly seeing that many vehicles, their backlights are not working. So that makes it difficult for other vehicles to notice them on the roads. And this applies also to trucks. Many trailers on the trucks, they have their lights, the lights at the back are not functional. So we're also making an appeal to truck drivers to ensure that the lights on their vehicles, all of the lights in their vehicles are in good condition that assists with visibility on the road.
You know, Simon, a lot of what you're saying, we've had conversations before ahead of the Easter rush, ahead of the festive season rush. A lot of this is just about applying common sense and consideration for other road users. But it's great that you can reiterate and reinforce the message. If people are planning on going on a trip, especially for those who, well, I think that maybe that moment has passed, but wanting to go and be in those areas where the snow has fallen and experience some of that wonder and charm that comes with it, what channels can the public use in real time to stay informed about weather alerts, the road closures, and traffic incidents?
Yeah, there are constant radio messages. They must check also with the weather services. They are also putting out messages constantly. And there are traffic officers that have been deployed in those roads that are experiencing heavy snow and all of that. They must obey the instructions that they're getting from those officers, because we have seen in some areas where people were forcing to go through even though they were advised not to, because they call themselves snow chasers. They're in a hurry to get to a place that has got the heaviest of snow to be able to make those snow babies and whatever it is that they enjoy about snow. But it is dangerous to then disobey instructions from traffic officers who are placed there for their safety.